So this is simple pressure volume loop curve. This is left ventricular volume and this is left ventricular pressure. Okay, let me discuss one by one. When there is increase in the preload, what is increase? It is called as end diastolic volume. So when end diastolic volume will increase, we can see stroke volume will also increase. And when there is increase in the afterload, okay, stroke volume will be decrease, although shift will be upward. But one thing is common in both. What is that? ESPVR. What is ESPVR? And systole pressure volume relationship. And systole pressure volume relationship. So this purpose of this video is to discuss about end systole pressure volume relationship in both. Either there is increase in the preload or afterload. There is no effect on contractility. Okay, so ESPVR will not be affected. There is neither left shift nor right shift in ESPVR. On the other hand, if we see other curve, when I am talking about contractility, so when contractility is normal, we can see this is ESPVR, and when contractility is increased, okay, we can see stroke volume will also increase. Of course, it will also increase. This is the 1, this is the 3. Okay, so stroke volume will also increase. So increase in contractility will cause left shift. It will cause left shift of ESPVR. On the other hand, when stroke volume is less, you can see in this 2, ESPVR will shift to right. So what is the purpose of this graph? Just to check the contractility. So in the exam, if they are asking about ESPVR, purpose is to see what? Contractility. So it is the systolic dysfunction. If there is left shift of either, you can say PV curve or we can say ESPVR, okay, contractility will increase and what will decrease? End systolic volume will decrease in case contractility is more. On the other hand, if end systolic volume is more, contractility is less, okay, so shift will be right side. On the other hand, if we want to see diastolic dysfunction, it can be due to several reasons. This is normal PV curve, but you can see the dotted one is abnormal. If there is problem and shifting like that, it is because of chamber dilation. And if there is shifting upward like this of the ventricular filling, it is pericardial restraint. On the other hand, if there is shift on the left side upward like that, it is abnormal relaxation. And if there is increased chamber stiffness, this will be the shifting of PV curve. So there are 4 type of diastolic dysfunction depending on it is chamber dilation because of diastolic dysfunction, or pericardial restraint, or abnormal relaxation, or compliance is decreased, increased chamber stiffness. The change in the PV curve will be like that. So this is about diastolic dysfunction.